What's up, Chris?
How you doing, man?
Good, good.
Hey, so I wanted to start with this. Have you heard about this Bruce Willis Red Letter Media thing?
No, I do hear that Bruce Willis is like retiring from acting though, because he's super sick, right?
Right. But how it kind of came about and how it kind of came to be was kind of interesting. So Red Letter Media, they do like movie reviews. Have you ever seen them before? Any of their reviews before?
No, no. That's probably why I didn't know what you were talking about.
They
I
do
like
really good
that.
reviews. They do really good reviews. Like they're pretty good. They're like a bunch of guys on YouTube or whatever. I'm at the level of like I don't watch all their reviews, but I will watch the clips of their reviews if it's for one that I think I'm gonna watch or eventually or whatever.
Yeah,
And they were kind of just jokingly like on their podcast, they were like, yeah, like it's weird how Bruce Willis is just doing like all these B movies. Like he's basically just doing all these like red box movies.
yeah.
So like that's like the equivalent of like kind of like beyond straight to streaming, but like straight to like DVD kind of like, esque tier.
the
Like
movie, the movie's only available in DVD, not like Blu-ray or anything like that.
like no one wants the streaming. Like, yeah, it's only available in DVD. Yeah.
So streaming on the Roku app.
Yeah. Roku Plus. And so they were like, yeah, like, he's doing all these B movies, and then now it's come out that he has like aphasia and he's stepping away from acting and stuff. But then they kind of started to put two and two together and they were like, wait a minute, like, is he doing like all these fucking B movies? Like, he's just like banging out like one every couple months, just banging these movies out to try to rack in enough money so that like his family's straight, like after, like once he's like done. And so they
Yeah,
kind of went with that and they're like, oh shit, like it's almost like a fucking like Breaking Bad type thing where like you're gonna just kind of go and go and go and bang it out before you ultimately just can't do it anymore. You know what I mean?
that sucks.
Yeah. So it was interesting seeing like mainstream media kind of cover it in their way, but then kind of hear about it in like through like the YouTube pipeline of like, oh, wait a minute, like what the fuck? Like, oh, that's crazy that they were able to like figure that out.
So like he has like what is it? It's like a degenerative disease. Like he just can't do it anymore. Or what?
Yeah, it's aphasia. So just to APHASA is a language disorder caused by damage in some areas of the brain that controls language expression and comprehension. So the guys at Red Letter were able to kind of figure like that he was also he also had an earpiece and he was getting fed lines.
So he can't read stuff, but he could recite things that he's told.
Yeah, he could like repeat it if you say it, but I think like it's one of those things too where I think it's degenerative, where like I think them feeding him the line and the frequency by which they have to feed him the line is probably only going to get worse. Like, you
Honestly,
know what I mean?
honestly, I know it's kind of mean to say, but I've heard nothing but like horror stories about that dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had a couple buddies. They went to film school, and they actually worked on set with him. I forgot what movie it was, but like the movie was set like at night, and he has this thing about night shoots. Like he just doesn't want to do them. So I guess he was like making like a big fuss about it, and he was just being an asshole on set. But like that's like a continuous thing with him. I guess like
Okay.
there's like stories about that he's just like an asshole on set. But
Uh-huh.
fuck, that sucks. Now he can't fucking talk. Now he's losing his ability to like read and write, and
Yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's like all slipping away. And me, my thing is like, I mean, hell, I mean, like shittiest person in the world or like my neighbor next door, like any kind of like mental anything to me, I'm like super sensitive to because my wife's grandfather, I got to know him at the tail end of his life,
Yeah,
um and my kids don't get to know him, so they don't even get to know their grandfather. So that was one of those things I wasn't kind of like able to do. I know I didn't have a lot of control on it, but like I barely knew my grandparents, so I wanted my kids to be able to know their grandparents, kind of like mix that up. But him having a degenerative disease via dementia, it was like a fast transition. Like all these transitions were just so quick. Like he even to a certain degree realized that he, because he had had a stroke at one point, he had realized that he was not as cognitively able as he was before. And so that's like my worst fear, to be able to know that and still be carrying on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, those are my like worst fears. I'd almost rather just be set on fire. Yeah, because I don't want to live like that. I don't want to. I've lived my whole life packing my brain full of information, and now all that information's gone. Just a lost hard drive somewhere floating around.
Yeah,
Like,
I get that. That's actually pretty fucking scary.
it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned something like that because I was watching The Butterfly Effect. You ever seen that one? It's on HBO Max right now, and they obviously you've seen it before, right?
A long time ago. I actually have to watch it again as an adult, but I've seen it a long time ago.
Dude, I didn't notice how fucked up it was because I watched it when I was younger, and then I went to it now, and I was like, oh fuck, this little white boy puts the fucking dog in a bag and burns him.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
The Wayans brothers in that, right?
No, it's Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, but isn't his friend the Wayans brother?
No. His friend, like the punker looking dude, is the dude that's all buff now. What's his name?
Yeah, he was the bully dude, like in
Ethan. Ethan Suplee. I think that's his name.
Yeah, he was in My Name's Earl and shit like that. Okay.
Let me see, right? No, the Wayans brothers aren't in that.
Let me think it. Let me see if I. What is it called again?
Butterfly Effect.
Oh, you know why I said that? Because I'm thinking of the other fucked up movie, not Butterfly Effect. What's the other fucked up movie?
Oh, Requiem for a Dream.
I'm sorry. Those are the two movies that I'm getting interchanged.
Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, that's the one.
Jared Leto's in that one too.
There we go. Yeah. You said white boy. And I just put any face in there. Okay, Requiem for a Dream. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. So I don't think I saw the Butterfly Effect at all.
Oh, dude, put that on your list. You need to watch that.
Yeah.
So basically Ashton Kutcher has like this ability where he could like go back in time to his past self and change history, kind of.
Okay.
Because like in the whole beginning part of the movie, as a kid, he has like blackouts, right?
Okay.
And so because of these blackouts, he only remembers like bits and pieces of like certain situations that have happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as he's older and he learns about like that he has like this ability, the same as his father, he could basically write down the memories he remembers, and he could travel back to that time, and then he could see like those spaces of blackness. You know what I mean?
I love that kind of shit. The movie About Time has shit like that, and I really enjoy that.
So the only thing about this is that like at this point he's like, the movie opens up with a quote, and it's like, even like a disruption from a butterfly dying can like lead to like a catastrophic event.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's basically what happens, because he keeps going back and changes.
Right.
He keeps going back and changes certain events in his life. It just fucks up everybody around him.
Right.
It's just fucked. It's a fucked up movie, dude. But if you get a chance to watch it, go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where everyone has told me about it, in that I thought I saw it, but I have never actually sat down and actually seen the film. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be on the list. Yeah. If it's on HBO, you just said?
Yeah, they just put it on there.
Okay. Yeah, very cool. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is, are you seeing these guys are you seeing like these actors kind of like denounce method acting? Have you been seeing that?
I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I've always thought, I think I told the story before, but I'll just tell it again, just like in a nutshell. My dad worked the security for a certain movie. I don't want to say the movie. I don't even want to say the studio.
Yeah,
and the scene was a scene where Jared Leto, again, and he's like the method actor of method actors right now, in terms of like, when you think it, remember way back when you used to think Daniel Day-Lewis, and you used to think like
Edward Norton. I used to think Edward Norton.
There you go. Right. You kind of even thought like something good was going to come out of it.
Or Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was the method actor also.
There you go. Like you think of it as like this higher tier, or like, wow, like this good product is going to come from it. But when Jared Leto does it, you're kind of just like, You know, like you're just kind of bothering people to bother, but
I'm
you're
telling you, dude.
disturbing the peace.
I said this in the last podcast, which I just uploaded today. It's on
Okay.
Spotify. You guys should go read it. Or sorry, you guys should go listen to it. I got a degenerative disease going on. Um, Jared Leto is an asshole.
Right, right. I mean, so my dad was working on the set. Okay, so this guy's scene, he's supposed to drive a car, hit the left, hit his mark, make a left, hit his mark, make a right. He's done. This guy went to the fucking donut shop, like adjacent to the set. Like he left the set completely in the car that he was supposed to use for the scene, went to the donut shop, ate in character. This guy just went and fucking nuts. And meanwhile, on security, it's like, where is this guy at? Like, do you guys have him? Is he across the street? Like, what is going on? Like, why is he across the street? Like, and it's just super disruptive. It's just super like, what's going on? I think we even heard too. I think we recorded this on something else before it was this, but he would do those weird things on set during one of the movies where he had to play the Joker.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he used to like send rats to his coworkers and
That's what I mean.
some bullshit like that.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, what is all that? And again, like, I love that it's these big actors that have actually been in real films, that have actually done real things, that are like, yeah, man, like just fucking chill. Like Halloween's one day a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just fucking chill the fuck out.
I think I saw here. I'm gonna look it up because I think I saw that IGN posted that when I got off of work,
Yeah.
and it was funny because it was like all these it was like all these like long quotes about why it's bad.
Yeah. Like I see, like, it was a quote by Will Poulter, Robert Pattinson, Mads
Yeah,
Nicholson.
yeah. So it's like Samuel L. Jackson, and then it goes to Robert Pattinson, and he's dressed as Batman, and it says, You only ever see people do method acting when they're playing an asshole."
Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's so funny.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen, Will Poulter.
My thing too is like, I necessarily don't care what you do as an actor. So like, you want to lose a ton of weight because this scene is a gaunt guy, you know, it's the machinist or something like that. Okay, that's you chose that. The studio didn't ask you to do that. The director didn't ask you to do that. You took it upon yourself to do that. You saw something in the character. Okay, more power to you. But
Yeah.
when it's like, yeah, like you're gonna play like, you know, like a Uyghur Muslim or something like that, you're gonna play like and it's like, you should really get into characters like, whoa, hold on a second, like, what do you like? I've never fasted in my life. I'm not, what am I doing, you know? Like,
Imagine you fucking like you're on set and you're like, "Where's fucking Leto?" And you walk in back and he's doing like the fucking
he's facing the north and you're like, oh, okay, this is what this is what the next 6 months is gonna be like.
You know, actually, when I was editing the last video and I was editing the Morbius part,
Okay.
the first fucking trailer for Morbius dropped 2 years ago, right?
Oh, okay.
Didn't even fucking, so that was like 2020 when that shit dropped, probably before like all this bullshit happened. So I remember reading that Jared Leto like missed like the first part of the pandemic. Like he came back like from like this little fucking trip to the desert where he just didn't have any cell phone or anything like that. He disappeared for like 6 weeks and he came back like mid-April and the world was like completely different.
He's like, wow, everyone's into this Morbius thing. Everyone's staying inside and everyone's putting masks on. This is kind of cool. They really think the vampires are really out.
Yeah, it was, dudes. I mean, you told me that story before, and I couldn't believe like how annoying is that shit where you're just like, fuck, I gotta watch this guy. This dude's was supposed to hit 2 marks. Now he's down at the fucking Walmart.
Terrorizing in like a young couple or something like that. You're like, what is this guy doing?
Ezra Miller was just method acting.
Dude, yeah, dude. Yeah. Does every franchise need a Jussie Smollett? Is that how this works? Does every franchise need somebody problematic?
You know what, to build on top of that from like last week when we were talking about Ezra Miller, a lot of people are getting mad because, you know, Warner Brothers is he might lose like all his like franchise stuff, and Warner Brothers is like, why the fuck didn't, and people are saying to Warner Brothers like, why the fuck didn't you do that to Amber Heard? Because
Who is she though?
She was the one who bit off Johnny Depp's finger.
No, no, sorry. What character does she play
Oh, Mira,
in?
Aquaman.
Okay, got you. Okay, okay.
So
That's
yeah,
interesting. I didn't see that one yet. I didn't see that movie, but I forgot that that was her. Yeah, that's true. So what? Wait, yeah, they like in full support of her or something?
yeah, they like. That's why Johnny Depp's not in the new Fantastic Beasts because they took it
Oh,
away from him. It's Mads Mikkelsen now, but
oh,
because
I see.
I mean, like there was evidence. There's so much evidence against her
Right.
that, and
But when they did that, did they do that like at first glance? You know how they make a move at first glance? They just like they did it with the guy who was the host of the Talking Dead.
oh yeah, where
They
they cut him and
immediately, but then they figured it out and then put him back, kind of
yeah.
thing.
No, it was like well into it. Like he's Disney has since like apologized to him. So
To
since
Johnny
then,
Depp.
yeah. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then but Warner Brothers he didn't get back anything with that.
Wow.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I don't really understand what the play is or what the move is, even financially. Both of those movies franchises suck. You're not. You need everybody. Like you almost need them to work it out and like have them both there or something.
I was reading right now that the fourth and I think final Fantastic Beast movie is like on hold to see until like the numbers come out until for this new movie that's coming out this weekend, and I think it's gonna bomb, dude. I don't think it's gonna do that well.
Mm,
But who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna go see Sonic tonight, actually, after we do this.
very cool. Really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I was looking that up earlier. I was looking up a few things. I looked up the I looked up the Bruce Willis stuff. Let me see. Um, because I was doing a little bit more reading while I was waiting, but I forgot where I saw it at. Let me see. So I wonder, dude, I'm telling you, how much would you like to bet that eventually The Rock is just like, I'm done?
Yeah, like you were saying that last time.
And he'll just go and be somebody at Marvel. They'll write him a character. They'll make
He-
him Gray Hulk. They can easily make him a character. They're gonna just write him in. They'll make him the new Peter Parker, and everyone will just accept it. You know what I mean? Like no one will care. You can just throw this guy in your franchise.
You know who The Rock reminds me of? Do you remember that episode of The Simpsons where they're making the Radioactive Man movie? Millhouse goes missing, and so they get Mickey Rooney to replace. That's The Rock, dude.
They should. They should just take him and use him for something else. Like he's now
Essentially.
Apocalypse. I don't know. Their new Apocalypse. I don't know. He's Colossus. Something.
No, he could be a fucking Sentry.
Okay. There you go. I was even gonna say put him in a wheelchair and we're just gonna move X-Men in a whole different
Professor
direction.
Professor X still gets the gains in.
But he's like Joe from Family Guy. I saw something else that I wanted to bring up, and I didn't know that this even existed. I was looking at the entertainment side on Reddit, like the entertainment tab on Reddit, and it says like Star Wars Daisy Ridley returns to social media hibernation after 6 years of deleting Instagram. I'm like, wait a minute. Was all this because of Spider-Man? Or I'm sorry, Star Wars? I didn't even know that this happened, right? This happens to a lot of people. Celebrities always they'll say they're gonna take a break or a hiatus or whatever. But she's been off for 6 fucking years.
Yeah, British people. I'm sorry, British people. Fucking Star Wars fans are dicks, dude.
Wow, dude. I remember the stuff with the Asian actress. I remember that there was like a controversy or tiff about it. I didn't really read too much into it, but it's wild to think that this Star Wars was such a like. And meanwhile, everyone's like, Ewan McGregor. Like the prequels all of a sudden are S tier. Like the prequels all of a sudden are like God tier.
Yeah.
Felt like Martin Scorsese himself fucking did them. But now like these last ones are just like fuck these new three people. You know what I mean? Like
You know, it kind of like ruined their career a lot if you really think about it.
the three.
Well, not the three. Oscar Isaacs
Oh yeah,
is doing well, but like I mean, you don't even really see the other two in any movies.
right. John Boyega
Yeah.
and Daisy. Yeah, yeah, true.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
John Boyega during that whole like Black Lives Matter like movement thing that happened
Hmm.
like in what, I guess 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like he made a stand in over there in England, wherever he's from. And he said like I'll probably never work another day in my life for doing this.
Wow.
And
I
like
think I did see him like in the streets or something like that, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean he really like hasn't, like what fucking movie is he in?
right. Yeah. This is another thing I wanted to bring up that I saw, which made me laugh because it made me think of you. Remember when Mod Sun and Avril Lavigne had that song? I think we were talking about it. It's like I Still Burn for You or some shit like that. It was
Okay.
like super pop punky.
Hmm.
They're together now. Like they're like engaged. I didn't even think of that. I don't know why I thought she was already like married with kids or something like that. But like now this look at this fucking pop punk romance fucking happening right here.
I think that's why they're like, aren't they like? Oh no, she's on tour with Machine Gun Kelly for like that tour that's coming up.
And somehow I knew he would come back up on this podcast. Honorary like friend of the show, fucking MGK.
Dude, MGK fucking. Every time I see something from that guy, that fool still like got a #1 album off that shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure Willow, I'm sure Willow means something to somebody. You know what I mean? Willow and him is Billy Ray Cyrus and Lil Nas X for a different generation. It's the collab of a lifetime.
I don't know about that, but did you hear like the punishments for Will Smith?
Yeah, I just saw like the 10 years, but I don't know what anything else that they're doing. 10-year ban.
I guess like all his movies got canceled. Like he was supposed to make like there was supposed to be like a biopic about him
Oh wow.
that's got shelved, and then they were gonna make like an I Am Legend 2. Don't know how they're gonna pull that off, but yeah, that
Yeah.
was coming out. Now it's just gonna be Michael B. Jordan. Like all
Is
this, they just like pulled all this shit from him.
is there another Bad Boys though?
Oh, that got canceled too. Yeah, Bad Boys 4 is no longer happening.
There we go. I think that was the only one I saw. Fans fear Bad Boys 4 and I Am Legend 2 are at risk of being canceled. The funny thing though is like, how the fuck do you have, like, you kind of hit it on the head. How do you have I Am Legend 2? How does that work? My favorite part about that movie though was the alternate ending where they do get out.
Maybe they're gonna make that canon instead of the other one.
That'd be cool. If a retcon in that direction totally makes sense. I'm totally cool with that. I didn't see the last Bad Boys.
I've never read. Oh, the last Bad Boys was. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just. It was. I don't know. It just felt like the first two movies kind of fit in with each other, and then the third one, after they were gone for so long, just didn't feel right.
I also too think that like all because you're telling me that these movies are a series doesn't mean that they go together. This goes back to the golden era conversation where those movies were like pinnacle 90s movies.
Yeah,
So
only the first two really exist for me in that.
that's what I'm saying. So right, those first two are those like pinnacle 90s movies. They fit in that time. But then like even the third Rush Hour, and I love those movies, even the third Rush Hour is like you know what I mean?
No, yeah,
Like the
yeah.
first two were in like this 90s 2000 kind of transitions, kind of cool. But
Whenever
yeah,
the,
go ahead.
whenever there's like a huge like time jump, like
Right.
that kind of like messes it up.
The Mummy, Indiana Jones. I'm like, I don't. There's just too large of a gap for these films.
Um. So remember how I told you that they filmed the Batman where my sister lives?
Oh yeah.
They also filming, or they also filmed Indiana Jones there, like the new one.
Oh okay.
Isn't
What's
it?
that supposed to be?
I don't know. I hope it's
Okay.
not aliens again. I mean, I recently saw this video. Do you know those crystal skulls are real?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's they've only found 8 of them, and apparently there's supposed to be 13 of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're all like, look it up, dude. Like they're all like carved like perfectly, and they were like made like thousands of years ago. They're like diamond. It's crazy.
I'd rather trade those for like the dragon eggs that fucking what's her name got. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Just kidding.
You could have these 3 dragons, or you could get this fucking diamond head of Tupac.
Crystal Skull, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, This is kind of crazy. These look kind of cool though, in like that weird like Dead Man's Party, Danny Elfman kind of way.
Well, what's crazy is that like they're supposed to like signify like the end of the world or some shit like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Everything is the end of the world, right? They didn't really have a lot of stories back then.
Mm. Yeah, every fable was that fable. Like every fable's like the last fable. That's pretty cool though. Searching for the telepath crystal skulls. I should watch this. I actually didn't see this, but I watched part of it and I was like, I don't really know. Like,
Check this out. Joshua Shapiro, co-author of The Mysteries of the Crystal Skulls, revealed cites claims of healings and expanded psychic abilities from people who have been in the presence of such skulls. We believe the crystal skulls are a form of computer which are able to record energy and vibration that occur around them.
what the fuck? Whoa. That are able to record energy. You just said that casually. That are able to record energy.
And what's crazy is that they've been found in different civilizations. Like someone went out and they like spread them all over the earth.
God likes Easter eggs. God likes video games.
He makes you grind for that achievement.
Elden Earth. Find these fucking stones and bring them back. Don't get stuck on your iPhone. All the natives have loincloths. They're like, what?
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling him that do you remember with the summer that Pokemon Go came out, and everyone was like on their like that was like that month that everyone was just stuck on their phone catching Pokemon was like the most peaceful month in like human history. It was everyone was just playing Pokemon during that time, right?
Yeah, crime in Chicago went down. Everything was great. People were just walking.
So I specifically remember going to Santa Monica Pier to go catch Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like there was a dude that looks like he complains at restaurants. Like he looked exactly like that. And he was screaming at everyone like, get off your phone. Get off your phone. Get off your fucking phone.
He was like an end is nigh.
End is
guy.
nigh. Yeah, he was like probably one of those. Dude, so funny. One of these end is nigh guys came in. And he was wearing a Cobra Kai shirt. He came into my job. He was wearing this Cobra Kai shirt and like one of those like 80s like ski goggles. You know what I'm talking about? So he comes in and I was like, I saw his shirt and I was like, Cobra Kai, strike hard, strike fast, never surrender. He was like, hell yeah, brother, strike hard, strike fast. And then he just kept going with it. He's all, down with masks, Fauci's a liar. Like he just went into this shit and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, hell yeah. He's like, I got a bunch of shirts like that. I got like an arrest Bill Gates shirt, a Fauci's a liar shirt. And I was like, all right, man.
100 I did this stickers. Biden, I did this stickers.
I saw some lady at a market and she had a double mask. I was like, take that off, you fucking sheep. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. You let him know. You know what his name was?
What?
Roscoe.
That's what his real name was?
Yeah, that's what his name
Wow.
was like some like bearded white guy. Like he just looked like the type, you know what I mean?
We went to this place to go get breakfast and there was a guy this is my favorite, when you're wearing the mask but it says let's go Brandon, or you're wearing the mask and it says like fuck the libtard, whatever the fuck it is, whatever the message is or whatever. And we were having breakfast with a friend, and so we're walking. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just paying attention to the kids, just kind of walking to the car. And he had a mask on. I think he had a Confederate mask on. The other person had like a Let's Go Brandon mask on or whatever. And my friend said, yeah, let's go breakfast. And I started fucking dying laughing. We're trying to have brunch at this place. And I started fucking dying laughing. Like, I really love that, all that shit. I think it's the funniest thing ever. I love tags. Like, I love names and tags and shit. I think they're so fucking funny. I think they're hilarious.
So, kind of like dark news that I saw today, but did you see what's happening in Shanghai? Oh, sorry, Shanghai.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that.
That shit's crazy, dude. What like they're doing to the people over there.
Yeah. And my wife's like, yeah, dude, like they can't get food delivered and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on over there?
They have
Um,
um they have robots patrolling the streets.
what the fuck?
Have you seen them?
No, I don't think I've gone down the rabbit hole like I should. I mean, I'm sure it's crazier than fuck, but let me see.
You know, like those dog like machines that they're always showing that like they
The Boston Dynamics dog?
yeah, they have those like with like sirens on them.
What the
And
fuck?
it's like broadcasting like a message saying like people like need to stay inside and telling people to go home and like all this shit, right? I think the most fucked up video I saw was that they're rounding up stray pets and they're killing them.
Okay, I did see that.
Yeah,
Or
and
I
they
did
had
hear that rather.
yeah, I saw a video like it was these like bags of cats. And it was just oh, it was so sad, dude. I don't even want to think about it, but like people are having like outdoor concerts and stuff like that. And they're telling people to like not like laugh or scream or anything like that.
Don't pass like any kind of air. Like
Yeah,
don't.
yeah,
So it's fucked to so one of the things that I learned about myself with COVID is that like under any circumstance, I'll never visit Australia. Under any circumstance, I'll never visit New Zealand. Under any circumstance, I'll probably never visit like any like remote island that locked it down. Because if this happens and you're traveling over there, you're stuck.
yeah,
To where like imagine if you were to be in China and you're just checking stuff out, or you're just like backpacking through whatever and you're in China and now you're stuck because of this type of shit. It's like, oh dude, like I would never. That's I'm good. I've seen too many. The first COVID videos were like, what the fuck? When they're just like spraying the houses.
yeah,
And then these COVID videos are like, oh, it can totally get worse. Like it can get worse like exponentially.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that is gnarly. I'm hoping though, it sucks because me and my dad kind of had a bet going where it was like, yeah, I think like by June it'll like all be over. And you're kind of just getting like beat after beat. You're kind of like hitting beat after beat. Okay, this place is dropping a mask mandate. This place is dropping mask mandate. This place is dropping it. But now I kind of don't really know exactly what this means in terms of us. Like, is this over here? Is it how they responded to it? What is it? Another variant? What is it? I don't know.
I don't know. There's some places that are like the like Sweden and like the Netherlands and stuff like that that the cases are like rising. So
Wow.
see what happens. I
Yeah.
don't really know.
And it's funny for a minute I was like, it's weird because it's like that weird like in and out, like you don't know whether to jump into the jump rope or not in terms of like, oh yeah, like let me try to get a babysitter and see this movie. Right. Like let me try to get a babysitter and see Batman or whatever. And then when you're kind of like, but then what the fuck? Like, are we just in the middle of variants at this point? Like there's like this window of safety and then this other variant comes in. It's like, okay, well, you know, now is a good time to probably plug that it's coming out on HBO Max pretty fucking soon.
The
From the
Batman.
safety of your home, HBO Max, the home box office. Get HBO Max for $14.99. Promo code Arkham. Get 0% off.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like I don't
Yeah,
even know. Um, existence is so weird right now
it
because it's
is.
like you're like living day to day, and you're just like what the fuck is going on?
Dude, the news that threw me off today was so I'm going through a lot actually. Like there's a lot going on. Like my son had a weird response to a normal vaccine, like not a COVID vaccine, but just the kind that they get when they're young. My youngest son had a reaction to it. My oldest son didn't. So my youngest son is like can't walk. So I'm carrying him around. So he's like a
What the
50,
fuck?
yeah, so it's like a 50-pound dog. You're carrying around all over the place. But he's starting to walk a little bit more now. But when he was walking, you can tell like from like a muscular standpoint, like he wasn't just sore, it was almost like decrepit. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's just a normal shot though. Like I had to get it to go to school and whatever. It's just a normal shot. It's not even like a COVID thing. And then that was this weekend. Well, yeah, this all been this weekend actually. And then I had a cousin pass away. Not gonna say too much about it, but I had a
Oh
cousin pass
yeah,
away. It was very sad.
yeah, I saw that, dude. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fucked. He taught me how to skateboard and stuff. He was like a really cool dude. When I moved here, he was like a really cool dude. He's one of those older cousins where you remember like what their room smelled like and what their room looked like. They were so much cooler than you. You wanted to
Yeah,
be cool, so he was cool.
yeah,
I remember seeing like playing Grand Theft Auto for the first time like in his room and shit. But anyway, he was an awesome guy, but he um so there's that. And then this. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on with COVID? Then I get the news that um the auto manufacturers have decided to reduce the number of cars that they want to have on the lot available. They used to be able to like you would think about when you would think about buying a car, you would want to go to like Longo Toyota or something like that because they have like all kinds of cars. They have every car, every variation, every color on the lot. They usually have about 90 days worth of cars that they can sell on the lot at any given time.
yeah.
But nowadays, though, because of the chip shortage and they don't have wire harnesses and all these other fucked up things that are fucked up because of the supply chain, they want to keep less cars on the lot. So now it's kind of getting to this point where the less cars are on the lot, the higher the bids are. So now when you go and you're like, well, yeah, I know that you guys have a silver one. I want to go see the silver one. No, we don't have the silver one. We only have 3 of them. They're all blue. So if you don't want it, then get the fuck out because these 3 people are going to bid on it and they're going to outbid you, period. So it's kind of like, okay, what the fuck is going on in terms of like the supply chain and all this other stuff? And what does that mean for your existing cars? What means your existing car has an exorbitant value because it has everything that it needs in there. So it's kind of just weird how the game is like changing. I've always been able to understand like, okay, I have this car. I've been driving this car. The car is this trade in value and I'll be able to do this. But in this new time, the way that I bought my car before, the way that I bought all the cars that I bought before, that's obsolete in this new world because of this new shit, because of the new shit with the supply chain too. So it's very strange. The game is changing all the fucking time. It feels like a fucking real-time strategy game in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's too much.
So this has to do with like the shortages or whatever. Like it has to do
Yeah.
with.
They can't get enough chips because you know how
Okay,
all the
so
cars have like the digital stuff in them, right?
yeah, that microchip shortage has been going on for like a long time, hasn't
Long
it?
time. Long time. Semiconductor shortage.
Damn, that's fucked.
Yep. And then the port issue. So then now, you just heard about recently you just heard I'm sure you just heard about Ford destroying. It's cheaper to destroy the cargo containers that carry F-150s inside them than to let them sit on the water and eventually arrive for them to get on the dock. They would have paid too much because each day that they're on the water, that's costing them.
What the fuck? I didn't
So
know that.
they decided to destroy them. So they destroyed container after container after F-150s. I want to get the number. Hold on 1 second. Ford destroys.
So what do they do? Just like throw them off of the fucking boat or what?
Compact them and I think salvage the metal, turn them into squares, brand new shiny fucking metal squares. No, not by train derailment. They just did it recently, and I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. Because when you see these guys play with money like that at that high of a level, you're just like, oh yeah, I guess it is cheaper to destroy it than fucking keep it. You have no fucking clue. You can't even get one. This guy's talking about 28,000. It's like, wait, what?
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then everybody else also too is moving towards EV, so they obviously want to stop making their they obviously want to move away from gas and all that stuff, especially as gas is becoming more and more taboo. Like it seems like to manufacture consent here in America, you have to make gas Russian, therefore gas is bad. Do you understand? Like
Yeah.
you make gas Russian, therefore gas is bad, therefore green is good because green's not red.
Yeah.
And then force an electric, whatever. So it's
I've
fucking
heard
weird.
that. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, like Musk and like all those other guys, like they're trying to push towards like the whole green initiative. Damn, that dude, we're seeing like the world, like the whole like market just change.
Everything. It's all changing. Yeah, it's gnarly. And I'm worried too because you remember in 2008 or so, maybe even 18 months later, gas prices rose by $1. And then there was a mass exodus of people selling their trucks and SUVs and other gas guzzlers. You would see them all over main streets, Arrow Highway, Azusa, whatever it is. You would see them for sale all the time. Well, gas has risen $2 now. So how long does that gap take before people start going, man, fuck this? I'm just moving towards a Civic or right. All the Civics now are 4-cylinder turbos. A lot of the cars now are 4-cylinder turbos. Good.
There's be a bunch of Kyles in Upland that are going to have cars for sale.
I hope a news anchor is just like, we can't see the foothills, Tom. We can't see the mountaintops. Too many trucks here for sale. That'd be fucking
They're
fun.
interviewing some guy named Kyle drinking a Monster and wearing a Cookie Monster hat.
I'm just getting fucking nickel and dime. Fuck. He's got the Biden did this fucking sticker. And shit.
I want to know who manufactures those stickers because I see them everywhere. Like, who's went out and spent that much money on fucking 100 million stickers? They're literally everywhere, dude.
Let me explain something to you. My biggest regret in my life is not getting into the flag and vinyl business before Trump became president.
I know, right?
And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but these people will buy vinyl that said a big "Let's Go Brandon" that'll cover the whole F-150. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or like the dudes that hang the flag like on the back of the truck, and so they're just driving down the street with this like huge American flag waving everywhere.
The fucking yellow "Don't Tread on Me," that would be my top seller. The yellow "Don't Tread on Me," the fucking Punisher flag, the fucking Blue Lives flag. These would all be my top sellers. I should have got into that business.
You know that because they were using that Punisher skull, Marvel changed Punisher's look.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so in a recent run, they actually made Frank Castle the leader of the Hand, which is like the ninja organization.
Okay.
And so because of it, they updated the look of the Punisher skull, but it was to get away from that because
it's got like Loki horns in a way.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah, and he looks like a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
Dude, they took a hard pivot. They went from Tanner to Takashi. They took a hard left. They don't want to be so.
Yeah, they completely removed themselves from it.
Fuck. Oh shit. Everything is like Asian themed. Oni is a character. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I love this shit. Oh my God. That's so funny. That is crazy. It's just crazy to see them all ninja'd out like that. That's so funny. With the Oni mask and everything. That's so
yeah. Funny. Actually,
wow.
Let me look it up. Punisher new skull. Yeah, this is what I saw. That just looks like a straight devil. I actually really like that suit though. That shit's tight.
It's tight. It's very Tenju Batman. Like, that's sick. Did you see that Remedy is doing the remake for Remedy and Rockstar are going to work together again to do the remake for Max Payne 1 and 2?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was very cool. Very cool piece of
nostalgia. Was there ever a Max Payne 3?
There was. That's the best one.
How come they're not remaking that one?
I think because it's too. I think you might be able to just give that one an HD update. Like you might be able to patch that one or give it some sort of support or something like that.
Did you see that Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming?
I did. I've never played any of those games before. I saw that though. He looks amazing. Cloud looks lit.
Not Cloud. His name is Sora.
Oh, my bad. I like Final Fantasy. I only know them from Smash. I never played this fucking weeb ass games, but he looks cool nonetheless.
I think they did it in the Unreal Engine, no?
Oh, dude, yeah. Did you? So that's what I forgot to talk about last time. Did you see the Unreal demo, the Unreal 5 demo that was out last week?
I think was it last week? Because I remember hearing something about it a while back, where you could actually like go into it and like walk around and shit like that.
Yeah, but they did like an actual video showcase like from NVIDIA. It's usually like kind of like, you know how like when Blizzard does a cinematic, it literally looks like Pixar did it.
Oh,
it was almost
like
that. Like they were just doing a showcase to show, and it looks amazing. Like they're able to have like, you know how like in Coco, you could see like his skin, his peach fuzz, and then like the blemishes on his skin.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 different textures there. They're able to really replicate like a lot of that. It looks amazing. Like I'm like stuck on stupid. So I can't wait for some of the first games to come out that are on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
Speaking of games, I'm continuing to watch this new show called Halo. I'm on episode 3 now, and not only do you get to see his face, but you also get to see his ass. He has a full-on naked scene in episode 3.
What the hell?
I like to call him Master Cheeks.
Where is this show going?
I honestly don't even fucking know, dude. Like, if we're being honest, like, I complain about it, but I still watch it just because I want to get through season 1. I just want to see like what they had to offer for season 1. But yeah, it's bad. It's not for Halo fans, definitely.
I really, dude. So the only one of these, because I think these are like really like cardinal sins. Like these are just like awful, like typically. But I'm also kind of falling for it and drinking the Kool-Aid too, because I'm excited for The Last of Us.
Oh, I'm so worried about that.
But my thing though is like, if it smells funny, I'm out. You know what I mean? And like this from like the trailer smelled funny, so I was like, let me just keep my ass over here. But The Last of Us, like I really like that, so I'm really hoping that they can kind of pull out all the stops. Like they already tried it with this one. Oh, executive producer Steven Spielberg.
So I looked that up. He has no creative input. They're just using Amblin Studios.
I figured like it's not even like an Elden Ring thing where like we still know that wasn't George R.R. Martin. Like that was the dude from Software making another great game. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was also, I think it was also the dude from that made Berserk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was both of them, George Martin and Berserk.
That's what I mean. Like, but I'm sure his name is on it, but the product is good. Where Steven Spielberg's name is on this, but like, you know, he's not really touching this shit.
Yeah,
like,
totally not.
How long do you think this lasts? Do you think they buy another season?
Unless season 1 does really bad, season 2 still going. Like it's already even it got approved before it even like dropped the first episode. So far in the first 3 episodes, it's just been like politics.
Okay.
And all they've shown is elites and the prophets. Those are the only covenant that have been in it. It's like they spent the whole budget on elites.
Does it look good though?
No, it does not. It looks like it looks like it looks like you haven't seen The Mandalorian. It looks like 2005 like graphics. Like the show looks like it came out in 2005.
So seeing what's his name in the Paramount's Halo is offensively bad. That's funny, man. So just the first couple of, I just typed it in YouTube because I want to see it physically. I want to see it moving, but just like everything so far, it's like the Halo TV show made a massive mistake. Paramount's Halo is offensively bad. Is it getting better? Like there's just all this I just sometimes when the internet has a common consensus, I really do like how often they reiterate it.
So, do you know who Angry Joe is?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now too.
Yeah. So CBS blocked his review. So CBS was going around blocking people's reviews on the show because I don't know, they're just petty and they don't want people to say it's bad.
That's so funny. That's so silly though.
Yeah. So one of the biggest things people are complaining about, because you'll probably see in the thumbnail that just reminded me right now. So there's a certain point in episode 2 where they go talk to like some dude who was like a prisoner on a Covenant ship, and he just like learned all their secrets because they kept fucking with his mind.
Okay.
But the character is based off of a jackal. You remember the ones with the shield?
Yeah.
Named Reth, and that's the name of this human in there. And this Reth was like he says like some prophecy, he's just freaking out, but the guy that does it is like fucking freaking out too. It's so bad. I wish I could. Let me see if I could just find that scene.
I'm watching some of the action scenes right now, and like if I was sitting in the computer lab and you said, "Hey, these guys on YouTube made this Halo show," I'd be like, "Oh, whoa, this is cool. This is like fan made." But this is like a network, and like this is like their first attempt. This looks like a YouTube original.
It does look like a YouTube show.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I got something better to show you. Actually,
Wow.
look at here is Master Chief's nude scene.
Okay, let's see. YouTube won't censor it or what?
It's so awkward.
Yeah, this is like a shitty Terminator scene. And he just puts his towel on. Bye. That's funny.
He apparently he's like on the short list to play Marvel's Wolverine. Apparently,
Get Bane on the phone.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Get Bane on the phone. That's the dude.
Tom Hardy.
Not Keanu. I saw the fan stuff of that. He's too small, too skinny.
He's just really tall.
Yeah. I watched the live action X-Men with my son a lot, the first two.
Mm-hmm.
And we like I love Hugh Jackman. Like I've grown to love him as that role so much just because of those films. Like I just really, really like that. Who else could even be Wolverine?
It's hard. It's hard to really think about who could be Wolverine, right? Because Hugh Jackman kind of killed that role. Like he changed what Wolverine looked like. Before that, Wolverine was always depicted as some short, smelly, fucking feral dude, and then they changed the way he looked because of that.
John Barenthal.
He's already the Punisher.
But is that alive still? Is that even a thing anymore?
They're all on Disney Plus now. Disney got them all back.
But what does that mean for future?
I don't know, but Charlie Cox is back.
Oh, really?
Oh, I just killed that for you. Sorry.
Why?
That was he pops up in No Way Home.
Oh,
yeah.
That's all right. I'm telling you right now, the Marvel shit. I'm probably gonna watch Blade. Everything else, if it doesn't come out on streaming, I probably won't watch it.
I think I think No Way Home comes out on streaming to actually not. It came out today, like to buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This list has like for Wolverine, number 1 is Keanu Reeves. I don't think so. Number 2 is Oscar Isaac. I don't think so either. 3, Joaquin Phoenix. Don't think so. 4, Andrew Lincoln. Don't think so. 5, Tom Hardy. 6, Jason Momoa. Don't think so.
Joaquin Phoenix is Wolverine.
Like he's really somebody else. Like Jason Momoa is already somebody else. Like actively playing that role. Charlie Hunnam,
the guy from Sons Anarchy.
Yeah, no. John Barenthal, no. Taron Egerton, no. Joel Edgerton, no. Ben Affleck, no. Brad Pitt, no. This is all stupid. This is dumb. Screen Rant, this is shit. No, I don't think I because you're right. Like, yeah, like Hugh Jackman's like the fucking role, but like I think we do this every time with every character, and then we are proved wrong time and time again. Like I'm sure we said this about Spider-Man, but we've been proved wrong time and time again. I bet we've said this with Batman, and yet again, Superman, again. Yeah. So I think that we can do it. I think that he's the first and he's the best, and we're virgins off of that. So who the hell's our next girlfriend going to be, kind of thing. But like, you can find somebody that's suitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in the meantime, I think.
I always say it has to be someone who's not famous already, because they just care about the role a little bit better. And that's what happened with Hugh Jackman. He wasn't famous. That was like his first big role.
I know, but now that makes it even harder, but even in a good way. Because like that'd be really cool. Because you're right. If you have this diamond in the rough and then all you know him as is what's it called? Yeah, I want it to be difficult when this guy's done with this series trying to do rom-coms and everyone's like, dude, he should have fucking knives in his hand. You know, like I don't want people to accept.
That's what happened. But that's what happened to him though. He
Yeah.
he stopped playing Wolverine, and then he started doing like The Greatest Showman, which is a really good movie. But I mean, everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you stopped it for this? I thought you said you had skin cancer.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be good. That would be really cool. I don't know who would play like a young, I'm not a younger, but who would be like that kind of actor. Um,
I always like
just for a second, Gerard Butler. Would you float that at
no,
all?
not at all. After
No.
I saw that movie where he has balls on his, or he's the fucking little like fucking gnome guy.
What is that one?
Have you ever seen movie 43?
No.
It's like a movie where it's like everything is supposed to be bad. Hugh Jackman's in that movie, and he has like,
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've
yeah,
heard of that.
it's like just a bad movie for the sake of being bad.
Why would they put Kit Harington? He looks like such a child. Like
Kid
such like
Harington's
a
always already Black Knight though. He's already in the Marvel universe.
Scott Eastwood. No.
No, not Scott Eastwood. He's not his dad. Scott Eastwood sucks.
Jake Gyllenhaal. No.
Already Mysterio.
So why would you pick that? Yeah, he's already Mysterio. That's what I mean. Like, if you're somebody active, that's hard for me to pick. Like, why would I pick? Because now you're gonna choose which character you're gonna be. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This would be hard, man. You know, okay, how about this? Look. What about the dude who's the gay actor who was in that vampire movie we were talking about last week? He's a gay leading actor in that movie.
Oh, Luke Evans.
Yeah.
I forgot that he's gay.
What do you think?
No.
What about Dredd, the guy who was Judge Dredd?
He's Billy Butcher.
Yeah, but that's not connected to anything. You can still be independent and do that. Like, you can even have a DC role and a Marvel role. I really don't give a fuck. But
I think that's the one person who looks the closest like Hugh Jackman.
Okay,
it's Carl Urban.
That's them. Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies I like, actually.
I like him a lot. I think he's a great actor. Why would you have Jude Law? These lists are awful. Mark Wahlberg, Jude Law, Liam Hemsworth, Jason Statham, Shia LaBeouf. These are awful.
Jason Statham.
Yeah. I can kind of see Shia LaBeouf. Not really though.
I think he's in trouble right now.
Aaron Paul's got a 3-4-5 head. I don't think he'd be able to do it. I would just be focused on. Aaron Paul could play Vegeta. You know what I mean? No, these lists are shit. I get it. It's hard. It's tough to think about, but these lists are kind of trash. I think Scott Eastwood really is like one of the only like possible people. Also, Tom Hardy, possible person.
Imagine, what's his name? You just said his name. Aaron Paul playing fucking Vegeta, like, hey, Mr. Piccolo.
Adam Driver.
No, not Adam Driver. No,
that's not gonna work.
You know what? Going back to what you said earlier, he had a couple good movies after, but I think that House of Gucci movie killed it for him.
Yeah, he was in a few things after. Adam Driver.
Yeah,
he was in a few things after. You know what you need? You don't just need. So this is the thing. You don't just need like a good Batman. You need like a good Batman and a good Joker. So like you need a good Scott. Like you need like a good fucking like cuckoldle who you can just like slap around. Also, so like the Wolverine has to pair to this good Scott. You know what I mean? Like they have to have these like fucked up lines towards each other and shit. I love that.
I'm more interested in also like who they're gonna cast as the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah. I could totally see Oscar Isaac. When I saw those lists, I could totally see that too. Him as Mr. Fantastic. Go ahead.
Well, Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight.
Oh yeah. It's funny because I don't give a fuck about these, so I just add them, but they exist already. So I forget that they even exist because I'm not gonna watch them.
Did you see Gilbert Gottfried died?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Was he Zazu or whatever?
He was the other one, Iago.
Okay. In Lion King or whatever, right?
Yeah. No, fucking Aladdin.
Oh, yes. That's right.
I always remember him from like the roasts.
Yeah.
the Comedy Central roast. Let's just say Donald Trump walked out with Ivanka and he came out as gay.
Oh yeah, you're right. Lago and Aladdin. That's right. Timon and Pumbaa the woodpecker. Yeah, this is crazy. And he was only 67 too. That's pretty young in rich people years, I feel like. I feel like with stem cells, you should be able to inject yourself with all kinds of shit. But
Dead baby fetuses and shit.
something. But yeah, it sucks. It's funny. I used to watch this guy was on in the movie, I think Problem Child.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
and
in that.
I used to watch that shit a lot. His face is really funny. He reminds me kind of like of that old school comedy, like Don Rickles,
Yeah.
like that old school, tried to get was trying to get up through Johnny Carson kind of thing. He has that face of that old Hollywood, so that dude will be missed for all the shit he did in his late years for our childhood, I guess, right? All the voices.
Yeah, he was in a lot of voice acting stuff.
Yeah.
Dude had a very prominent voice.
That's a way to do it though. Like these guys who I like people who are stars who are not pretty. Like I like people who are stars who are like not attractive at all, like him, Steve Buscemi. Like you need these people like in these movies. Like you can't just have everybody be like a beautiful person in the movie. So it's always kind of interesting to me how these people get roles and shit like that. Like you need a guy who just screams. You need a guy who just yells and rants shit. Okay, call Gilbert. Like we'll have him do these fucking lines. What's the deal with airline food? Like he'll just start screaming and shit, and you're like, "Yep, that's great. I like that."
That's a joke at work. We're always like, "What's the deal with airline food?"
Yeah, that's everyone's Seinfeld impression.
Yeah, what's the deal with airline food?
I think we should probably add this just before we move on to it, though. Did you see that the gay dialogue got taken out of Fantastic Beasts?
I did see that. I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 6 seconds shorter in China than it is here. Listen, I'm all for it. Fuck it. Whatever the fuck you want to do. Make that bread. Make that international bread. I really don't give a fuck anymore. As long as my version is not censored, I really don't care. Like you could do whatever. So what? It's 6 seconds shorter. They got something to look up on YouTube that night.
I really think that this movie's gonna kill the Potterverse.
Probably. I hope it. But then again, I think it's just going to move to the game space.
No. I think so. I keep up with some Harry Potter news, and they wanted to make like a new set of movies, but Daniel Radcliffe said no. He was like, I'm kind of like done with it.
Sure, yeah.
So this whole thing in the past started off as like basically like Wizard Monster Hunter, which was what it was supposed to be, and now it's like kind of going towards like the whole Dumbledore being gay thing, and it's kind of like lost where it started off as.
What, Fantastic Beasts?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
So J.K. Rowling does that in her writing a lot. Like she just makes shit up as she's going.
Yeah.
Like the whole I think the whole Dumbledore being gay thing was something that she had written a long time ago, but like all of a sudden Hermione was black the entire time. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
she just like kind of like appeases her audience all until she said the whole trans comment. Now, she's canceled. But
for me, like Harry Potter kind of exists like 1 through 8 or whatever. I don't like Fantastic Beasts like at all. Like, it's funny because I was filled with like hormones that would make me like that film, and I still didn't like that film. In terms of like my kids were young and they were like small, and we had to just sit with them constantly. We couldn't really get up or go anywhere, and we watched all 3 of those films, and we were like, that wasn't that bad for 6 hours, right? Like that wasn't that bad for that length of time. Like I just could not get into it. Like at all. So to me,
you're saying Fantastic Beasts, right?
Yeah. So it's been dead for a long time. So it's for me, it like being able to just have like 1 through 8 or whatever, 1 through 9 or whatever you want to call it. And now the game, I'm good.
The thing about these prequel movies sometimes is just like when they're doing like the spells and stuff like that, I'm like, why didn't they do that in the other movies? Like this looks so much better. Like it looks so much like they actually like defend themselves in this shit.
I know, isn't it stupid when like even in games they do that? Like there'll be like a prequel to Gears, and you're like, why are the guns better? And it's like, this is stupid. Like, why weren't you able to add this into the first game or whatever? But now the second game that's supposed to be before everything has better weapons or like has like better abilities. It's kind of like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, what they do, forget this? You know, like you can't explain it. Like,
Well, I
yeah.
think it kind of worked with Star Wars because you know how the fighting in the prequels are like way more like choreographed and intricate. So they kind of got away with it. Was just like, oh, like that fighting style kind of died out when the Jedi died out. So like all these new ones are just going off of like what they knew. That's why Luke's fighting style is just so like heavy-handed and like everything like that.
Yeah, it feels like a fucking broadsword.
Yeah.
Like it feels like what they would have made at the time, like Conan the Barbarian, like that kind of shit. But with
Yeah.
like the older one, or the I'm sorry, the prequels live in a world. I'm sure post fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or post the Matrix. So everything was supposed to be super fucking, you know, crazy looking.
Yeah, I always remember the trailer. They're like, "Did it."
Dude, the trailer for episode 1, I think is still pretty legendary. I like that movie a lot. I don't know why I like that one specifically a lot.
I just remember the hype around it when it came out because like I was what 9 years old when that movie came out, when the Phantom Menace came out, and even my parents, I remember they took me to see it in the theaters, and they were all excited about it. I've never heard like such. Well, yeah, every time I've gone to see a Star Wars movie, I've seen 6 of those movies in theaters. I didn't obviously I didn't see the original ones,
Right.
but I saw all like the prequel and the new ones in trilogies. Oh, sorry, the prequel and the new ones
In theaters.
in theaters, and only walked out of 2 of those movies where everyone was like, "That was sick." The other
Probably the
4,
first 2 of each one, or what?
no. Well,
I mean, the first one of each series.
so I
Sorry.
think the best one in the prequels is Revenge of the Sith,
Oh, okay.
and the best one of the sequels is The Force Awakens.
Is that the first one?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Oh, okay. I like the first one of that one, and then again, like there's just a special play. Just all the. I think to me too, it's not so much the film, but the anecdotal things surrounding it. Remember, everyone was trying to get their hands on these fucking posters where like Anakin was just standing still. He was like standing on Tatooine, but like his shadow was Vader and shit. Remember all that early shit before people could make like, before you could just go on Etsy and it's already on a shirt and shit. Like,
Yeah,
all that stuff was super lit.
Yeah, that was a super cool trailer.
Yeah.
Super cool movie poster, I should say.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, for me, it only exists in a really small space. I've been able to let go, or been okay with letting go of Star Wars to a degree, just given that it's changed hands so many times. It's kind of like, but I'm always open for something. I'm always open, like, oh, hey, like I'll check this out. I'll watch this. I just put it on my list. That anthology, I haven't watched it yet, but I just put it on my list as well.
Have you ever seen, or actually, I should say, read? So, the Star Wars that we got, there was a different script that George Lucas had made, and so in recent years they made a graphic novel about it, and it's called The Star Wars, which is what it was supposed to be called beforehand. It's a completely different story. Like Anakin and Darth Vader are 2 different people, and fuck, Luke Skywalker is like, I think a young, I think he's like super young in it, and then Darth Vader looks completely different. The droids actually speak. R2D2 actually speaks. It looks more like Dune, like the way Dune looks.
It's called The Star Wars.
Yeah, The Star Wars. Let's see if I can find it.
Is it a paperback?
Yeah.
Let me see. This is it. So let me tell you, right? Like I read the book Fight Club, great book. Watched the movie Fight Club, great film. Read the graphic novel of Fight Club, not so great. Played the game of Fight Club. It was pretty good.
There was a Fight Club game.
There was. It came out way later. It came out like in 2004, where the movie I think came out in like 1999. And it had cool fighting game mechanics. You could be characters from the film. It was kind of cool, but it doesn't age well, and it doesn't exist in these other like spots kind of thing. Like there's certain IPs that just don't, where like even for the Ghostbusters, one of the games is canon. So if you don't play games, right? So it's what I'm getting at is like, oh, I was born in 1970 something. I just watched these films. Well, now I want to watch the next film. Well, it's not a next film, it's a game now. Okay. Well, now you get the game, you learn how to play the games, you beat the game. Okay, now it's a graphic novel. It's kind of like, I think like your brand immediately loses clout the moment that it goes into this other space. Like these Star Wars are different because they had like a life after the films, because people were kind of like starving for stuff, and the
Uh-huh.
only way that they can get it is through these. But I'm talking about like more or less present day. Like I'm saying, like with Fight Club, it was like, what the fuck am I reading?
Look what I just sent you right now. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't even press send. There you go. This was a secret character in Fight Club, apparently.
Let's go, dude. Give me something to break.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, I think I remember this.
Wasn't he?
It was a great game.
Wasn't he on Tony Hawk also?
One of them, I'm sure, something like that.
Yeah, I remember it was Fred Durst and it was Spider-Man.
But I thought he was on Aggressive Inline. Fred Durst. I don't think he made it to a Pokemon game. I don't think he made it to a Tony Hawk game. Fred. Let me see, Fred. And I know y'all be loving this shit right here. Unfortunately for him, he did make one of the songs that I love the drums to. I absolutely love the drums to fucking Nookie. Oh yeah, so WWF Raw, WWF SmackDown, Just Bring It, and Fight Club.
No, there has to be more than that. We got to dive down a Fred Durst rabbit hole.
Fred Durst in video games.
Fred Durst cameos.
Okay, so remember when Fred Durst was in a bunch of video games?
Okay. Oh yeah, he was in Zoolander. I forgot about that.
Right. It was called Hot Dog Flavored Water.
Population 436. Oh dang, he has a few. He co-starred in. He made his directorial debut in 2007 with The Education of Charlie Banks. He followed with The Long Shots in 2008, and his latest film, The Fanatic, came out in 2019. The Long Shots is Ice Cube is in this movie. What the fuck?
I wonder what it's about.
The first girl to participate in the Pop Warner football tournament.
Oh, okay. Got you. Let me tell you. So we'll close on this. I was thinking something nostalgic. Okay. And I was thinking about something today at work, and I was thinking, do you remember like getting your first computer?
Yeah.
When was this? When did you get one?
I don't know. I just remember looking up like Super Saiyan 6 back then and seeing like Goku with like white fucking hair or some shit like that, right?
When was this, or how long ago?
That was like 90 fuck. That's been like 96 or like 97 around there.
Wow. Okay. You guys had one pretty early in the house.
Yeah, it was just we had that same dial-up computer until like fucking 2008, dude. Like
yeah.
My parents did not get internet until like the early 2010s. We always had dial-up in my fucking house. Everybody was playing online, and I was like, sorry guys, I got dial-up still.
I thought I was bad at online games, and we just had shit internet for a long time. High-speed internet joined like enters the scene in 2006, but I don't think we upgraded for a long time. We didn't upgrade worth shit. I was just thinking about it because I was thinking about my first computer. I was talking to my wife. I was thinking about my first computer, and like I remember in the beginning, the first computer that we actually had in the house was a web TV. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
The web TV was this thing that connected through dial-up and was literally just like a keyboard, and you connected it to your TV, and you could just surf like the basic web on there. Like if I show it to you, it looks super fucking archaic. Like it's beyond archaic. It's like, but at the time it was like, hey, check it out, it's the weather. Like, like we were just like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like we didn't know what the fuck to do. And so we had it for a while. And then because again, like a desktop computer is still like relatively expensive. This is like Dell era. You're always seeing cow logos and shit, cowhide logo and type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all that era. And then my dad bought a computer off of QVC one year, and that was our first like home computer.
It was MSN. MSN owned it.
Web TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I later bought a video game console from the dude who co-founded that company. It didn't end up working out. He had one of the first streaming consoles, and I was an early adopter. That was a big mistake. He owes me $100. And so the video game service was called OnLive. It was eventually bought out, but it didn't live up to what its name was. But yeah, we I remember just having this computer and just finally being like, man, I have the fucking power. And I would use that computer as a family computer. It was okay, but then my uncle gave me an old Linux system that he had, and he gave me the computer, and then I just started kind of messing with the computer from there. So it took me a while before I got like the actual like laptop experience. I didn't get that till I was in college. And then I bought like several laptops, and then that's kind of where it started to really ramp up for me computer wise. But those first computers, like I remember like trying to actually like get them to work, get them to boot up. I remember going to fucking the Barnes and Noble and reading like whatever PC Gamer magazine and getting the little demo and putting it in there and being like, dude, I hope my fucking game can run this. And playing like the Nightfire, the 007 Nightfire or something like that demo, just for hours.
I remember my parents, they didn't want to buy internet, so we'd always get like the Earthlink like free trial discs.
Remember the AOL discs? Yeah.
We would have it for like a month. Like, all right, we got internet for this month. They would spend so much on those free trials when they could just bought a fucking. Well, I remember fucking internet was expensive back then.
It was.
Yeah.
Like I love all those early like I'm still glad. Like I was telling my wife, like our kids are they're not even gonna own like an MP3 player. They're just gonna own like an iPhone. We got everything else. We got the MP3 player, the Zune. Like there were all these other options,
the
right?
Zune, bro.
Yeah, and I was like, I remember even like walking around with my CD player. Like I remember even having to use a CD player still. Like we burned our own CDs. We didn't necessarily just listen to whatever CD we picked up from Tower or whatever, but we burned our CDs. I was telling her about that. She was like, "That's so funny. Like we should just walk around with like a case of fucking CDs and that CD player, extra batteries." Like hell yeah, like,
yeah.
That's how you did it.
I used to go through so many CD players, dude. Like it was ridiculous. I used to go
really?
through so many. Yeah.
I still have my same one. I had one. That's funny.
All right, let's wrap it up for today.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the Arkham Dropouts podcast with Ian and Chris, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace, y'all. I want to again mention, I forgot, I'm going to be on Feathers and Friends again, but I was there before. It's more of the same stuff. I think I forgot to say it last time. I was on there a long time ago, but give it a listen and check it out.
Yeah. Feathers and Friends podcast. Chris will be on there.
Peace, y'all.
Yo.